I always like to start with this slide to give everyone a very quick overview of Envoy and who we are as a company and as an organization. So Envoy as a whole is the expert in how people enter and interact with the physical workplace and a physical building. We hold top rankings for customer review sites like G2 and Capterra across all segments, including K through 12 and the public sector. So we first launched in 2013 as a visitor management platform. And visitor management is really what we're going to be focusing on today because it is still one of our core product offerings. Uh, but now, with the pandemic, we've actually expanded into over 16,000 workspaces over across 100 plus countries, and we manage over 150,000 entries each day into these buildings. And we also, just to give you an overview of the company, we recently raised our Series C of funding for $111 million to continue to welcome more people into the workplace. So as I mentioned before, we're going to be focusing on our visitors product today. That is the product that I will be demoing for you all. But just so you have a bigger understanding of all the product offerings that Envoy has to offer, this is a great overview of all of our different product offerings. So we call ourselves an all-in-one workplace platform. Our visitors and protect products are actually bundled together. So with visitors, that is the visitor management side, which you'll see today, and protect is the employee focused side. So with visitors and protect bundled together, it helps you manage who's coming in and out of your space, track capacity, as well as different compliance standards so that you're able to keep your building and your space safe and secure. We also have our space management product offerings, which includes desks, which is our hot desking or hotel desking. Not so much, oh, my light went off. Not so much and a, ooh, 1 second, sorry. Not so much used in the education space, but we have a lot of state and local governments who use our desks product to welcome their employees back into the office. And we also have our rooms product, which is our conference room booking product. And then our last product that I'll cover quickly is our deliveries product. So our parcel management, being able to quickly have packages reach their owners in a quick and easy manner. So all of this comes together on our Envoy mobile app, which is the employees portal to the workplace. It's through the Envoy mobile app that employees are able to schedule to come in for the day, book a desk, book a room, invite a coworker, invite a visitor to come on site, all through the Envoy mobile app. And as an underlying layer, we have a really robust data and analytics that allow you to pull different reports and get insights into your building and your space. And then on top of that, we are truly a workplace platform. We have over 100 integrations and growing. So we integrate with any of the key products that you might be using, such as different communication methods or access control integrations to make it a seamless experience. So I know today we are particularly focusing on K through 12, state and local government. So I wanted to speak a little bit of why would you use Envoy for your visitor management software. First of all, our security watch list features. So within our visitor management, we're able to create a really easy list of unauthorized visitors and automatically alert admins or security guards when they sign in. We know how important it is to keep the building safe and secure. I also touched on our analytics that are the underlying layer of all of our products, but this will really help admins and anyone else who needs to have visibility into who's coming in and out of the space, get that valuable insights into who's visiting, when they're visiting, and why they visited. We also have personal and emergency notifications. So for personal, this would be in the example of a school. If a visitor is here for a particular teacher, the teacher could be notified via email or text or Slack or Teams, whichever communication platform they're using, to be able to let them know that they have a visitor who is on site. And then, in the unfortunate case of emergencies, we do integrate with several emergency notification platforms that allow not only the employees to get that real time alert when an emergency is happening, but you also are able to collect all of the visitors' information who are currently on site and make sure that you have a real time notification method for anyone who is in the building at the time of the emergency. Next reason is quick and easy to use badge printing. You'll see when I go through the demo how quick and seamless our visitors experience is. It's also really easy to set up and easy to use. So the individual just completes the sign in flow, and then they're automatically printed a visitor badge that is able to distinguish visitors from the other faculty and staff who are on site. You're also able to include any additional details about that individual, like who they're coming to see while on site or the reason for their visit, to make sure that they're seeing who they're supposed to be seeing and doing what they're supposed to be doing. And in addition, we also have ID scanning capabilities built into our visitor management. We can either do a manual ID check, or we're able to work with different ID scanning integrations to scan the ID in real time and check that individual and ID against third-party watch lists. So, as we know, very important for particularly a school environment. Okay, well, please let me know if any questions pop up. But now I'm going to go ahead and share my iPad so we can go through just how seamless and easy the visitor's experience is. Any Harry Potter fans out there, this logo may look familiar to you. This is my very own Hogwarts school. This is the visitor kiosk that is going to be at the front office. So first thing I want to highlight, this would be an iPad that's sitting at the front desk or receptionist area. This is where all visitors are going to sign in. You can see I was able to customize the branding of my kiosk. I have my school logo here, and I was also able to match the color of my buttons here to match the school colors that I was looking for. So you can't be you can't do any of the house colors, so just made the general gold color around the seal. Few other things that you are able to customize within this visitor's kiosk is you're able to customize the different languages that visitors are able to sign in on. So we have over 30 languages available to complete the visitor sign in flow in. So you can have all of these different languages available so that maybe parents whose English is not their first language, they can feel comfortable and know exactly what they're filling out and include all the right information. Makes for a more inclusive sign-in experience. We also have this QR code on the sign-in area, and this QR code was launched as a COVID-related feature so that people don't have to touch a communal iPad when they're coming in. A lot of companies or organizations still use that for that reason, but we've also seen a lot of organizations using it to just keep the queue going. So maybe you have a large event where a bunch of parents are coming on site and coming into classrooms. You don't want to have the a big line backed up trying to sign in. They can just scan the QR code via their mobile device, and they're able to complete the entire sign-in flow on their phone. So with that, we'll go ahead and go through the sign-in experience that you can see here. So you can just submit your full name, or you're also able to use this QR code scanner. If maybe there was an event and you have pre-registered all the attendees prior to the event, they can actually complete the sign-in form on their own time at home. And then when they come on site, they'll have that QR code that they can scan to speed up the sign-in process there. And less applicable for probably for K through 12, but for other like just general office buildings, we also have, you can see these little circles with the initials pop up. This is being able to sign in through the Envoy mobile experience. So instead of having to complete all the information that you already have in your Envoy mobile app, you can select that and complete the sign in experience that way. So I'm going to go ahead and put my name in, Katie Brown. And as you can see, it has this pop up and it asks me if this is my email. This is a feature that you can turn on and off, but if you would like to remember people's names and the emails associated with them, you can help speed up the process. So maybe there's a few questions that you don't have to gather every single time they come on site. It can help speed up that process. So you can choose to turn that on or not, but I'm going to say, no, that's not my email. So you can see this. And you can see now we are here to select what visitor type we are. So this page and these different visitor types are completely customizable. I just chose these different types: parent, volunteer, substitute, because I had a feeling that these would be the general visitors within a school. But you can add as many or as little visitor types as you would like and customize each aspect of the sign-in flow down to the name of the visitor type, the questions that you're asking, the documents that you're signing, even what the badge looks like. So we're going to go in and do a parent flow so you could just see an example of what that would look like. I'll go ahead and put my email address in here. And then we are asking for a teacher. And I used what we call our directory, or our employee directory feature to upload all of the teachers. That way, it's a very easily searchable list. So maybe I'm looking for Hagrid. I can go ahead, type the first 3 letters of the teacher that I am looking for, and then I am able to select Hagrid as the teacher there. Once I'm signed in, Hagrid will be the one to receive the notification that I'm here coming to the classroom or coming on site. Also asking what the child's name is, as well as the reason for the visit. So I can say I am volunteering today, so you can have that accurate representation of who they are, what they're coming on site to do, and also when they've signed in. Now, I don't know if there are additional legal documents that you would like to be signed, but our visitors flow allows for any number of legal documents to be signed or any sort of signature acknowledgement. So this can be a NDA like this, but it can also be a health waiver or a safety waiver. It can even be a video that you want to have them watch and then sign to acknowledge that they have actually watched the video. So I'll scroll down here, go ahead and sign for the day. And then I'm also able to upload my COVID vaccination. So if we're requesting that everyone who comes on site has a COVID vaccination document, we're able to do this where we can easily take a picture of the front end and the back end, and then we review it, put when the last dose was administered, and then the admin is able to approve that on their end. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to take the picture for the badge. Again, you're getting great pictures of my photo booth ceiling here. And then it's processing and I am all good to go. So this setting anyone who is even a walk-up visitor is automatically approved, and the teacher is notified that they have a visitor or a parent coming on site to see them. But you can also do additional precautions where you have to have an admin or someone at the front desk approve each visitor before they are given a printed badge to come on site. And that's really it. That's how seamless our visitors experience is, and it's extremely customizable as well. So last thing that I have to review with you all is a quick case study of one of our K through 12 customers. And please, if you have any additional product questions, do not hesitate to drop them into the chat. Okay, going back here. So this is an anonymous K through 12 case study that we recently completed. And Envoy solved a lot of their challenges. So some of the challenges that they had were they wanted to make visitors feel welcome, and also encouraging community participation with bilingual families. So families where English is not their first language. They also had trouble getting a reliable source of truth for volunteer programs. So they were using just like pen and paper to track really crucial volunteer programs that actually was dependent on the funding that they were able to get for these programs. And then last, their front desk or admin staff were spending a lot of time doing manual data entry, and manually having to maintain all of these pen and paper documents, which that might sound familiar to you all. I'm not sure what you all are using today, but they came to Envoy. We showed them the solution. They fell in love with how easy the solution was, and as a result, we were able to check all their boxes to fix the challenges that they were having. We were able to customize and print the badges for different faculty and visitors to be able to know who this individual actually is when they're on site. Our Envoy instance is able to have a very easy to use digital record of every individual that's coming on site and also why they're coming on site. As you saw in the demo with the visitors kiosk, we are able to have the over 30 languages for the sign-in flow. So bilingual or Spanish-speaking parents were able to use the check-in system with complete ease and felt welcomed into the space. And I think this is one of the most interesting parts of the use case is they were able to use our exported reports feature to report on the number of participants and hours spent in the classroom, which then they had to report to the district to get the additional funding for the volunteer program. So it really streamlined not only their visitor experience, but their volunteer and hourly expectation and reporting experience as well. So, and you can see here a quick little quote of the school administrator from this K through 12. I know this was a very quick demo, but that just is a testament to how quick and easy Envoy is as a visitor management system. Happy to take any questions that anyone may have.
Thank you so much for that, Katie. That was really informative. I do have one that just came through. It's can you expand on how Envoy supports emergency notifications?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So for emergency notifications in particular, we're going to rely on the systems that do emergency notifications the best. So we, in particular, we have integrations with two platforms, Everbridge and Unsolve. And their systems are great for alerting internal individuals. So employees or teachers that there is an emergency happening. But what they don't do is they're not able to track the number of visitors or who else is on site during that time outside of those employees. So that's where our integration comes into play. We're able to automatically grab those visitors. And so if an emergency happens, they're able to send out that notification to everyone who's on site.
Excellent. That's great. And I've got one more that came through too. Is this a per campus or per building license? Can you expound upon that?
Yeah, another great question. So it really depends on how you want to set up Envoy. If I know there are several schools that have, or separate state and local entities that have multiple buildings in one campus. If you do want like a point of visitor entry or tracking at each individual building, that would be a license per building. But if you really just have the front desk, front office check-in area, which you just want all visitors to go to that one spot and they can check in into the entire campus, then you really only need one license for a purchase.